especially and Ankusha to be with here today, and especially for Monica ma'am, who used to teach of organization behaviors. Uh, Actually, for the personality development, it's a part of organization behaviors. So she used to teach us. It's a very special to give this opportunity to give presentation in front of her. I'm very glad, and it is very good opportunity for me also to share my experience to share with our student. Actually, we are first batch for MBA from the Sharda University, and currently I'm living in Kuwait from the last 10 years. I've been working with Babtain group of companies as a CRM manager. So as per my experience and for, I would like to share this, taking this opportunity for, especially for the, due to the pandemic, due to the lockdown. So all the colleges, institutions are closed. Most of the companies all across the globe, it's closed. So taking this opportunity, so ma'am is especially giving the opportunity to share this opportunity with our student. So let's see, I will share with what is personality and what is personality development, how we can improve the personality development. So I will share with you. So today I'm going to give presentation about the personality development. So we will discuss about what is personality, first of all, and I will discuss about, I will not go through too much about the types of personality, all those things. So I will first tell you about what is personality, and I will come to the factors of personality traits and personality development. What is personality development? Then I will come for the importance of personality development. Then the last part is for how we can develop the personality development. First of all, what is personality? Personality refers to an individual characteristics, style, behaviors, mindset, attitudes, his own unique way of perceiving things and seeing the world. Every people have a different personality, different feelings, different mindset, different attitudes, different patterns. It's a unique way of perceiving things and seeing the world for individual. According to the researchers at the Personality Project, personality is the coherent pattern of affect, cognition, and desires, as we call it goals also, as they lead to behavior. Meanwhile, the American Psychological Association APA defines personality as individual differences in characteristics, pattern of thinking, feeling, and behaving. Like example, when we say that someone has a good personality, when we see that somebody else, when we impress, when we attract to them, we say that someone has good personality, we mean that they are likable, interesting, and pleasant to be with. So according to the Dale Carnegie, approximately 80% of your success and happiness will be reason of how well you interact with others. Ultimately, it is your personality that determines whether people are attracted to or shy away from you. So this is the meaning of personality. It's a very important part of our life as for the professional as well for the personal life. So I will come to the next slide for the factors of personality development traits. 5 factors of personality traits, as we also know as this one is known as Big Five model. American psychologist Lewis Goldberg may be the most prominent researchers in the field of personality. personality psychology, his groundbreaking work titled Down Ramel Kettle, Fundamental Factors of Personality into 5 primary factors, similar to the 5 factors found by the fellow psychology researchers in the 1960s. The 5 factors Goldberg identified as primary factors of personality are: the first one is extroversion, as we also know as extrovert, agreeableness, conciseness, neuroticism, and open to experience. This one also called as OSIN. Openness to experience, conciseness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. This one also known as for the OSIN also. So I will discuss what is extroversion and what is agreeableness, characters of the personality person, neuroticism, openness to experience. Extroversion. This factor has two familiar ends of its spectrum: extroversion and introversion. It's concerned where an individual draws their energy from and how they interact with others. In general, extroverts draw energy from or recharge by interacting with others, while introverts get tired from interacting with others and replenish their energy with solitudes. Like extroversion, those who have extroversion personality traits, they have characteristics for their recharging their energy through interacting with many people. They are happy. They feel energized with interacting with people. So introvert people, mostly they prefer to be alone. They prefer to be avoid the people interacted with people. They are happy with to be alone. So the characteristics of traits of this one, those introverted characteristics for personality traits are socialness, outgoing nature, talkatives, fun-loving nature, friendliness, and social confidence. So this is the those who have personality for extroversion personality traits are those characteristics. Then next I will come for agreeableness. Agreeableness is a personality trait with these individuals to be adjusting in almost all situations. Such individuals do not crave and face change with a smile. They accommodate themselves to all situations and are friendly and kind-hearted kind of personality. The following traits under the umbrella of agreeableness are those are trust, humbleness, patience, politeness, kindness, loyalty, and helpfulness type of nature. And then I will come to the next slide for conciseness. Conciseness is a trait that can be described as the tendency to control impulse and act in socially acceptable ways, behaviors that facilitate goal-oriented behaviors. Conciseness people excel in their ability to delay gratification, work within the rules, and plan and organize effectively. These those people are very well planning whenever they do something. They're very concise about the works. They have very well planning. Those are very quality of leadership quality, as we can say, goal-oriented people. Those traits within the consensus factors include persistence, self-discipline, consistency, predictability, control, reliability, resourcefulness, hard work, and planning. This is the characteristics of the personality of the conscientious people. The next one is neuroticism. Neuroticism is not a factor of weakness or incompetence, but one of confidence and being comfortable in one's own skin. It comprises one emotional stability and general temper. These traits are commonly associated with neuroticism. Those people are moodiness, jealousy, fear, nervousness, anxiety, self-criticism, lack of confidence, insecurity, and those people are very oversensitivity. So this is the neurotypical people who those who have the personality of neuroticism. And the next last second one is openness to experience. Openness to experience concern people willing to try to new things, their ability to be vulnerable, and their capability to think outside the box. These people are very interesting to do new something in life. They want these people are very adventurous type of people who try to want to be try to new things. These people are very daring type to try to new things. So these people common traits related to openness to experience include imagination, insightfulness, varied interests, daringness, preference for variety, and creativity. Those people are very creative. Of course, those people who want to try to new things, those are very creativity type. Those are thinking for daring to do something new in life. So those are the qualities and factors and traits of personality. So now I will come to next is for the main important part of today's presentation for the webinar is for personality development. So that is so we discussed about the personality, what kind of person, what factors and traits of personality, and now I will come for the personality development. Personality development is defined as process of developing and enhancing one's personality. Personality development helps an individual to gain confidence and self-esteem. Personality development also is said to have a positive impact on one's communication skills and the way he sees the world. Individuals tend to develop a positive attitude as a result of personality development. As we call it, this is the process. Exactly, this is the process includes boosting the individual confidence, improving communication skills, verbal and non-verbal, and speaking abilities, and with removing our unwanted habits, because we have lots of unwanted habits. It's not good for the others. So negative, it will be when we interacted with others, so it will be negative impact on us. So we should remove those unwanted habits and help developing certain uh, attitudes or habits, learning fine etiquettes and manners and style grace to the way one looks, talk, walk, and overall facilitating the person to absorb positively livelihoods and style. Because we have to develop those personality to attract the others as well. The personal in family and surrounding by in our society as well in professional life. So actually this is the main thing about the personality development. Personality development is the process of developing a set of characteristics and traits which contribute to the overall personality of a person. So why personality development is important? Personality development plays an essential role not only in individual, professional, but also personal life. It makes an individual disciplined, punctual, and an asset for his or her organization. An indisciplined individual finds it difficult to survive in the long run. Actually, personality development it helps an individual to inculcate positive qualities like a punctuality, flexible attitudes, willingness to learn, and friendly nature, and eagerness to help others, and so on. So this is very important to be development of personality. Personality development plays an important role in developing not only your outer, but also inner self. Human beings is a social animal. One needs people around, and individual needs to have that magnetic which attracts people towards him. You need to have that charisma of yours. Personality development helps you gain reconnection and acceptance from the society as well as people around. So actually for the personality development is very, very, very important for us because it's a very important role, you know, because sometimes if even if we are in higher status, but if our personality is not suitable for if the we can say that when we are gathering interacting with other people, if we are not able to impress to us, it's so actually it's for useless. So it's a very important part of personality development. We have to try to develop every day as usual till until and unless we are living in this world. Of course we try to know something, we try to change, and we try to improve. We have to find out what is our weakness and what is our strength. So accordingly, we try to always try to improve our personality. Personality development helps you develop an impressive personality and makes you stand apart from the rest. So you have, if you have to be unique personality to be unique amongst the society, amongst the organization, so to impress by the others of your co-employees, whether you whatever you interacting people. So it's a very, very important. So I will come next slide is for how we can improve personal development. Actually there's many ways to improve personality development. There's many training course also with your professional course you can do. Other than that one, we can do daily day to life. We can improve ourselves also. How we can improve ourselves? First, be confident. Confident is very important. Confident is certain. Confidence is certainly the most important factor which adds to the personality of an individual. A person and confidence might go down due to the mistake, failure, guilty, or any other thing which is undesirable. Your confidence reflects your character, attitudes, and passions. You should be confident about who you are and whatever you do. So it means that sometimes we feel that because of our social status, because of our looks, our appearance, because of our monetary status, we feel low confidence. We feel that no, this is not suitable for, so no, I can't do this. So you don't do this. Be confident yourself. It will be start the personality. It will be the main importance. Just you. It will be start from you only. If you have confidence, you can do. So be confident. This is the main point. first. Then the second is one is improve your communication skills, because the communication, the way you speak reflects who you are. Be polite and gentle with your words. Use decent words while interacting with everyone. Always think before you speak, because the communication, the effective way of communication is very important. So it is the first impression, interaction. When you interact with the others, the communication play very important role, very very important. If you are not effectively communicate with the others, so it will be negative impact. So try to improve your communication skills verbally and non-verbally. So it's very important. And the next one is think positive thoughts. Think positive for yourself and things for others also. Choosing to think more positively will not only help you to take control of your life and make your everyday experience more pleasant, but it can also benefit your mental and physical health, as well as your ability to deal with change. Remember, there is light at the end of every dark tunnel. Do not always think negative, as it not only acts as a demotivating factor, but also makes an individual dull and frustrated. Be a little flexible and always look at the broader perspectives of life, because sometimes when things are not going happen what we are expecting in life, so we it's starting for negativity. So when once that you develop the negativity, so it will be occupied, the positive will be finished. So try to be, because if something is not happen what you expecting now, you have to be think positive, that this is not the last one. So something better, I can do better, I can try to next time. Like that, you have to be very things, positive thoughts. Not only once you start the development for the negative, it will be all occupied your brain, so it's not good for. So try to be think positive thoughts for yourself and for others. And the next one is dress up well. Focus on how you should dress up for office, party, or any other occasion. Wear according to the occasions. Good looks, no doubt, will add to your personality, but what matters the most is how you are dressed up. It plays a major role in personality development. So the dress up well, it does not mean that you have to be wear expensive brand, you have to be branded clothes. It's not necessary. The necessary is the, as per occasion. You have to what we have to wear. In cultural program, you can't wear for the suits and all those things. You have to be in traditional attires. Likewise, in your meeting, you can't wear for the casual. You have to wear proper for the suits. So this the dress up well is it means that you have to be know the what you're wearing as per the occasion. I hope this part will Priyanka will be more covered this one. And believe in yourself. Low self-confidence, it's not a life sentence. Self-confidence can be learned, practiced, and mastered just like any other skill. Once you master it, everything in your life will change for better. Don't wait until everything is just right. It, it will never be perfect. There will always be challenges, obstacles, and less than perfect condition. Sometimes, because of our lack of confidence, when the situation is coming, we have to wait. No, we have to be wait until the situation, the condition is good. So don't be like that, because sometimes when you're waiting and waiting, the opportunity you will be missed. So we don't know that the opportunity will come again or not. So you have to be face those challenges. You have to face it. So you have to believe yourself that I can do it. So that is very important. And the next part is body language. Body language is very important part of communication as well for personality. Body language plays an important role to judge a person's confidence and personality. Try to make use of positive gesture while interacting with others. This shows that you are at ease while having a discussion. Because most of the communication of mostly 70 to 75% is happen by non-verbal communication. So when you communicate the way how like smiling when you interact with people, try to be smile is very the opposite will feel that you are interested with them to when you are interacting in smile, eye contact, and body posture. It's very important. And try avoid to be like when we are interacting with nowadays uh, we used to see the like a mobile phone. We check in front while we are talking with the others. We checking mobile phone and we like that scratching. So this is not. It will be negative impact. To the opposite one, they will think you are not interesting. So be very careful while you're talking with others. You have to be eye contact, smiling, and never do like this. So it will be showing it's a part of non-verbal communication. So it will be the opposite one thing that you are not interesting for the communication. So you have to be avoid this thing. Try to be improve your posture, gesture. It's very important because body language is a very big part of our personality. So the last second is for the be good listener. Listening is a very essential part of communication. Nature gave us one tongue and two ears, so we could hear twice as much as we speak. Many may not listen that well because they think they don't get much out of it personally. But the better you listen, the better they will listen to you. And the better and deeper the relation will be if you focus on understanding him or her and giving value based on that, then you will get the same thing back. Because when you're listening somebody else, when uh, interacting, when somebody else speak to you, you have to be very careful to listen to him. So when you listening very careful him, at least the person will feel that you are listening. You very mean for this communication to him. So he will your your personality in front of him it's very increased, so it will be very feeling good to him. He will feel like that you are very special person who listen for him. You are very listening to him. So listening is also part of the when you listening somebody else without interrupting, because when you somebody is speaking without listening, if you are interacting, so it will be bad attitude that one. So you have to be listening. When you listening somebody else, you will also get opportunity to understand him, to know about him, to know good thing, something good for him. So it's very important to be good listener. And the last one is never give up. Winners never quit and quitters never win. If you have dream, don't just sit there. Gather courage to believe that you can succeed and leave no stone unturned to make it a reality. So, whatever you do, Be confident, never give up. If you're not successful one time, try it. So this is the things I'm sharing about my. So later, Priyanka will be share with you how you can impress it. She will more details in another part of personality. She will present about you. And thank you very much. Thank you so much. And
Thank you, Umar sir, for the lovely presentation. Yeah. Priyanka ma'am, I would like to invite you on the screen. Can you probably switch on your video? You are. Yeah. You can share your screen. Yes, thank you.
Just give me a minute. Yeah, shall we?
Yes, yes.
Right. Namaste, Sharda University. I see a lot of familiar faces. I like the names, and I hope I could see them soon. It's such a delight and honor to be presenting the art and science of first impression. So, how is this pandemic coaster treating you? I'm sure one day we have different emotions. The other day, with me especially, what happens is one day in my all my elements, and I'm having wine and having fun. The other day I'm crying and missing people I don't even like. So if that's happening to you, sit back, relax. I'm going to take you to a nice session. I'm sure you would enjoy it. So today I will start with a very beautiful quote I heard recently, and I would want you also to know it. So it says that beauty gives you attention, knowledge gives you power, and it is only etiquette and manners which gets you respect and makes you dignified. And don't we all think that being dignified and being respectful to us and to others is the best gift that we can give to society? Because after all, what we are doing with etiquettes, manners, personality development, people, everybody, is that we're trying to make earth a good place. So with this quote, I hope that everybody would come up with good etiquettes and good manners on the table. So with this note, I, Priyanka Khandka, an image and etiquette coach, groomer, personal stylist, welcome you all for this lockdown learning, and I hope you would enjoy this. So my topic for today is art and science of first impression. So before just that, just before this, we heard Mr. Umar Khan, who's also my senior. So very happy to be sharing space with him today. So he told us about personality, and so much, sir, that you actually made my work very, very easy. So it'll be like a smooth transition and ride now. So with personality, you've heard how to get a nice personality, how to have a power presence, how to make good presence and all that. So for me, wherever you are sitting today and listening to me, with whatever elements you are into right now, with whatever metal that you hold in, whatever substance that you call yourself, the internal dictionary that you call yourself, that I'm dynamic, I am happy, I'm joyous, I am, adaptable, whatever you call yourself is your personality. And whatever you're oozing out, whatever wow that I see in you or people see in you, whatever you're displaying is your first impression. So we're going to talk about the art and what is the science in first impression. So let's move on. So कितनी बार आप लोगों ने एक बॉक्स देखा है जिसमें लिखा होता है फ्रेजाइल, और आप दूर से देख के समझ जाते हैं कि इसके अंदर कुछ ऐसा है जिसको डैमेज नहीं करना है. We need some damage, we need to control the damage, and we need to handle it with care. So when we know what's inside, when we know what we are, what we are holding, we always, are very careful with it. But कभी-कभी हमें नहीं पता होता है कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं. उससे जब हमें नहीं पता होता है कि हमारे अंदर क्या है, जब हमें नहीं पता होता है हम क्या डिस्प्ले कर रहे हैं, तो हम बहुत सारा डैमेज कर जाते हैं. So like that, if you read this, I'll not read it for you because it's there in your screen. So first impression कहाँ से आते हैं और what do they usually mean to us? उसका मतलब क्या है? We talk about, you know, being confident and wearing good clothes and presenting nicely and all that, but what does it actually mean? So ये कहाँ से आते हैं और इनका क्या मतलब है? That's what we are going to look into first impressions today. Now, why are we talking about it? First impressions की definition, first impression कैसे बनाते हैं? We'll do everything, but before that, हम देखेंगे कि ये first. Why are we talking about first impressions? So first, very important thing that we are witnessing with our eyes is change. We're all looking that the world is changing, the earth is changing, the technology is changing. Had we, you know, thought that something like this is coming up, we would have been, you know, way much before ready. But today, still, when I do this webinars, मुझे अभी भी लगता है कि where is the camera, where is the mic and all that. So the world is changing, and this is the new normal. Yeah. Then when the world is changing, there are only 3 things that can stand the change. सिर्फ 3 चीजें हैं जो ये, you know, the change को stand कर सकती हैं. Change के साथ आप चल सकते हैं. एक, new technology. अगर हमारे पास ये webinar space आज नहीं होता, we would not have done anything and we would just die in monotony. So first thing is new technology. ये change को contain करने के लिए अपने अंदर technology, new technology बहुत ज़रूरी है. दूसरा है new people who know how to deal with the technology or who know how to change. So new people, new technology, and good first impressions. If we do not have good first impression, we'll never be able to take what is coming, and we'll be moody, we'll be, you know, we will not show the true self, we will be hiding and all that. So only these 3 things can, you know, can take you far, and that is why we are talking about first impression. First impression के और भी कुछ फायदे हैं, इससे आपको ज़्यादा engagement मिलता है. जैसे if you go and talk to somebody and if you're presenting yourself very positive, very polished, nice way, that person, you know, क्या होता है first impressions के साथ, जब भी कोई आपको देखता है ना, और उसके brain में वो part activate होता है where you give price tags to the object. You know, 100 times we say it is worth its price. So that part of brain gets activated जब हम किसी को देखते हैं और सोचते हैं कि yes, this is worth it. Let's do more engagement. इसीलिए हम शादी करते हैं. अगर हमें कोई ऐसा partner मिलता है जहाँ हमें लगता है this is worth engagement, this is worth it. So that is why we marry also. We do relationships. We go for jobs and all that. We get more opportunities. We get to create more impact. क्योंकि लोग अगर हमसे engagement करेंगे, we'll get more opportunity. अगर हमें opportunity मिलेगी तभी हम perform करेंगे. जब हम perform करेंगे तभी हम एक बड़ा impact कर पाएंगे. So that is why we talk about first impression. But there is very important thing attached to first impression, which we should all know. जैसे मैंने आपको पहले वो fragile box दिखाया था, उसी तरह आपको अपने first impression को रखना है, क्योंकि कुछ first impressions, कुछ impressions आप ऐसे देते हैं जिनके repercussions होते हैं. Suppose I'll give you one example. You go for an interview. The interviewer sees you and decides, you know, looks into you and sees, okay, looks confident, looks quite good. और वो क्या करता है? वो आपसे वैसे ही question पूछता है to confirm those first impression. That is it true what the person is showing? If today I, Priyanka Khandka, wearing a nice blazer, sitting in cozy place, you know, saying this. So with this seminar, you would check me that is it worth the look or not. So इसका first repercussion होता है कि अगर आपको किसी ने in a negative form देखा है, तो वो आपको उसी situation में रखेगा. Suppose if I want to do friendship with somebody, if I want to make friends, कल मेरे भाई का एक question था, who's also joined in this seminar today, that how do I make new friends? So I say that, you know, when you make new friends, what do you see is warmth. What do you see? That commonality. आप ये सब देखते हैं. अगर आपको नहीं दिखाई देता है, so what do? You get away. So we can do this damage control by knowing about first impressions and putting it positively. That I'll tell you later how. इसका दूसरा repercussion होता है, अगर हमें नहीं पता होता, if we do not know what first impression mean to us, इसका दूसरा repercussion ये होता है, it is extrapolated to the different areas of your life. और इससे मुझे there is this one lady who's the brother officer's good lady, मुझे हमेशा याद आती है वो. So क्या हुआ कि when I met her first, the only word when I saw her was joy. Yeah, she was so happy. She met me, hugged me, all that. This was the first meeting, and she told me hi, what's up, all that, and there was so much of warmth. So मैंने उससे पहले क्या सोचा? I thought, okay, she's so joyous. How lucky that officer is, or the guy is. How happy wife she must be. So when I thought that, and आज जब मैं ये first impression और making good impressions के बारे में पढ़ती हूँ, तो मैं हमेशा सोचती हूँ कि लोग आपकी traits को जो वो देखते हैं आप में, they take it backwards and extrapolate that okay, she looks nice, वो घर में भी ऐसी रहती होगी, she looks warm, she must be a good mother, she is very passionate about things, she must be passionate in the job also. तो लोग उसको एक्स्ट्रापोलेट करते हैं. आई एम श्योर जब हमने मैथमेटिक्स आप सब ने की होगी, तो हम ग्राफ्स बनाते थे और हमें जब भी उस ग्राफ को एक लाइन से पीछे ले जाना होता था तो हम उसे बोलते थे एक्स्ट्रापोलेशन, कि वो वैल्यू कहाँ तक जाएगी. सो ये एक्स्ट्रापोलेशन हमारी लाइफ में भी होता है. सो ये रेपरकशंस हैं. एंड टू कंट्रोल दिस डैमेज, वी अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन इज एंड वी talk about it and we try to change it. So now, what is first impression? You saw my, picture here. So with my picture, now what does your brain do to you? I'll just tell you. It demystify things for you. बहुत ही oversimplify करता है. आपका brain is actually your friend. It is you who overcomplicate things. So क्या करता है? When you saw this picture, your brain started categorizing me into different categories. पहले जो हमने learn की हैं कि ये एक लड़की है, she's a girl. So what a girl you thought about me. Then maybe my age. So you thought what a young girl. Then you saw what am I exhibiting, मेरे personality से आपको क्या दिख रहा है. So a generalized thing, what a dynamic looking girl. So yeah, I know that it is very difficult to think otherwise for me. So that's what you thought about seeing this photograph. So what does our brain does to us is, हमारी brain जो है वो information अलग अलग करता है और आपको बताता है. So it's not like that अगर आपने कंप्यूटर में लिखा hammer and कंप्यूटर अपनी कहीं मेमोरी से या इंटरनेट की मेमोरी से या इंटरनेट में जो भी स्टोर डेटा है वहां से लाके आपको hammer की फोटो दिखा देता है. It is not like that. It has got deep meaning to it, and that is why I say first impression is very important. People say don't judge the book by its cover. It is not right, but for me first impression is important because I've read so much about it. There's something called embodied cognition. उसमें क्या होता है? Let's say first impression of thin slices. Okay, आप देखते हैं जब भी आप watermelon लेने जाते हैं तो वो तरबूज वाला क्या करता है, एक स्लाइस ऊपर रखता है, which is red, fresh and all that. So what happens when you see that red slice of watermelon? क्या होता है, आप जब उसको देखते हैं तो सिर्फ आपको लास्ट कैसा फील हुआ था सिर्फ ये नहीं होता है, आपके सेंसरी और मोटर एक्सपीरियंसेस भी आते हैं. लाइक लेट्स से आपका टंग, आई विल जस्ट गिव यू a science behind it. What happens कि आपके टंग में कुछ रिसेप्टर्स होते हैं, एक नर्व होती है जिसे कहते हैं cranial 7. So वो जो होती है 2/3 ऑफ आपके टंग में होती है, which is responsible for taste. So क्या करते हैं, जब भी आप उस thin slice को देखते हैं जो कि वो फ्रूट सेलर ने वहां रखा है, आपका वो cranial nerve एक्टिवेट हो जाता है और उससे आपको सेंसरी एंड मोटर एक्सपीरियंस पता चलता है. वो एक्सपीरियंस आता है जो आपने लास्ट वाटरमेलन खाया था, आपको तब हुआ. So that data, that memory in your mind, which is called amygdala, वहां से वो information आ रही है, आपके muscles activate हो रहे हैं. जैसे आपके दिमाग को सब कुछ याद रहता है, वैसे आपके muscles को भी एक memory है, आपके muscles को भी याद रहता है कि क्या हुआ था. And that is why after storing so much information in your mind, when you see somebody, you start categorizing that person, and that is why usually first impressions are correct. So I do not say they are definitely truly accurate, but it's a healthy dose of accuracy and misconception. And that is why I never say in my presentation that it is made in 5 to 7 seconds. No, it takes a little longer, surely. So that's what happened with first impression. हम इन्हें snapshots भी कहते हैं, इन्हें polarides कहते हैं, इन्हें thin slices इसीलिए कहा जाता है. अच्छा, अभी first impression से क्या होता है ना, कभी कभी हमारा mind जो होता है वो condition भी होता है. So उस conditioning को भी हटाने की जरूरत है. वो भी मैं आपको बताऊंगी कैसे होता है. Story याद आ रही है, एक story बताती हूँ आपको. There was a girl, small girl, who used to like fish. You know, so बहुत पसंद था. So once she told her mom that okay, I will also accompany you in the kitchen and let's see कैसा fish कैसे बनती है. So she okay, she came and देखा उसने, उसकी मम्मी ने head or tail fish का chop किया और she put it in the frying pan and that's how she cooked. So she asked, why did you cut this head and the tail? So the girl's mom told, because my mom used to do like that. So conditioning, because her mom used to do like that, so she did like that. So she called up her nani ma and asked her that, why do you do like this? Why do you chop the head? And the same question. So the grandmother told, because my mother used to do like that. Lucky in her questioning that her great grandmom was also there. So she went there and asked that, why do you chop this off? Why don't you fry the full fish? So the grandmom told, because my fry pan is this much. And and that's that much fish just, comes into it. That is why. So that is how we are conditioned and we think according to our perception also. So that is why give yourself more than 5 to 7 seconds and you will make good and accurate first impression. So that's what first impression is. So now, how do you do that first impression? If you read that image that you portray with your clothing, grooming, etiquette, behavior, and vocal communication is the first impression. Now, all that your clothing, your grooming, how have you kept your hair, how are your nails and all that, your etiquette, how do you talk to others, do you greet, do you say hello, do you, do you make waves or do you just say thanks, bye, how casual you are, your behavior, how do you behave, do you greet your elders, do you, respect your elders and all that. Vocal communication, I will just stress on it because all in my other slides I'm not stressing on it. Vocal communication is how do you say something, how the way you say something, not what you say. Most of us waste our time, I should not say waste, but spend our time what to say, क्या बोलूं मैं presentation में, क्या बोलूं मैं मैं अपने session में क्या बोलूं. We actually do a lot on that, but we never think that how shall I give it to the other person? Will the other person will be interested in what am I speaking? So जैसे अकबर बीरबल stories आपने पढ़ी होंगी. अकबर हमेशा बीरबल को बुला के पूछता था about anything and everything. So एक दिन अकबर ने बीरबल को बुलाया और पूछा कि बताओ मैं कैसा राजा हूँ. So बीरबल ने बोला कि बीरबल could answer then and there, पर बीरबल ने उसका जवाब नहीं दिया. बीरबल ने बोला कि आप जैसे भी राजा है, मेरे बोलने से क्या होता है, let's ask the praja, so let's ask the kingdom that what kind of raja you are. So get that clue there, get that thing there, there's a hint into that you need not make the conversation then and there. So your vocal communication means how do you want to say it? Do you want to tell that you are lazy? So how do you say it? You wouldn't tell, I'm sure you wouldn't tell your child for sure, a teenager that you're lazy. There are other ways to say it. So image that you portray with all these things is your first impressions. Now, we've talked about, कैसे first impression क्या होता है, कहाँ से आता है and all that. आप में ये first impression कहाँ से आता है? Let's see what you are consist of. Quickly, there are two things in you. For all the parents today, also I'm telling you this because it's very, very important कि आप अपने बच्चों में छोटे से ही समझिए कि ये चीजें बच्चों में होती हैं and इसी से first impression या personality जो उमर सर ने बताया वो बनती है. So with the age of 2 years, child starts taking all these things and it's there in the inventory and he uses it. So when your child has bad behavior, you can't take it. So don't do it. So you. Now coming back to you, you have two selves, that is your inner self and your body image. So your inner image and your body image are the two things very important for you, for an adult, for anybody. Your inner image is what words do you give to yourself? Like, as I told you earlier, what do you call yourself? How, how worthy you think you are? Or your self portrait. How do you portray yourself is your inner self. And ये कैसे बनते हैं inner self? हमारे parents बनाते हैं, हमारे relatives बनाते हैं, हमारा school learning and experience. When parents say पढ़ाई करो, when they say get more qualification, why? Because parents know that inner self has to develop. So that is why we learn a lot. Why do people, or the parents put us into different grooming classes, or why do we go into different hobby classes, or why do we explore? Because we are developing our inner self. Then sometimes our parents label us, you don't look nice, you're not smart, so all those labels are there in your mind. So it's all playing with your inner image. दूसरा body image. Body image means how do you look? आपकी physical traits क्या है? So I've heard a lot of, including me, I've heard saying that if I had beautiful hair, it would have been really nice. If I had curly hair वाले बोल रहे, if I had straight hair and things like that. So if this is familiar to you, you are not alone, because this is not crept into you in 2-3 years. It's your personality is since you're born. आपकी branding हुई है तब से. So all these people, parents, relatives, environment is responsible for making you. So all the parents today who are listening, please put your child into positive, things, more positive environment, save them from negative relatives and all that. So it will help a lot. So what you're exhibiting as first impression has come from here. पीछे से देखिए. It is not that आज आपने अच्छे कपड़े पहने and you're going to give first good impressions. No. It is, you have to check what is inside and exhibit that outside. That is what first impression is. So you, the stranger. Now the stranger has its own perception. I told you about embodied cognition, जहाँ पर motor, sensory, environment, everything is playing. Now in situation, what happens when you go to a school, a child doesn't talk much, very formal, very nice, but when he comes home, he can show all tantrums. So situation also controls you. So look into the situation, what the situation is. Stranger, you can't control, but your inner self, your body image, you can control, which I'll tell you how to build your body image, how to build your inner image, because body image and inner image is responsible for your self-esteem, or self-esteem se hi confidence aata hai. Like Mr. Umar Khan just told that have confidence in you. So confidence doesn't come, by just going to some classes. It is extrapolated from your inner self, your body image, your self-esteem, and then self-confidence. So that is you. Situation I told you. So all these things are interconnected. So now coming back to that slide where I told you first impression कहाँ से आते हैं? यहाँ से आते हैं. This slide says that first impression came from all these people. You've been conditioned. एक हाथी को जब वो छोटा होता है तो हम बांध के रखते हैं कि, और उसकी जो लेंथ होती है रोप की उतनी रखते हैं that he can roam around a bit. So उसको छोटे से पता होता है that मुझे कहाँ तक मुझे जाना है and till where I'm supposed to go. But when he grows up, he's been conditioned to that environment and he doesn't go out of that area. Even if he being an elephant, he doesn't know that I can actually take out that big thing which from which the rope has been tied. So that's what goes into personality, that's what goes into your inner self, and that's what you project. So don't condition yourself. Read more. The only thing is that read more, learn more, experience more. Okay, now quickly coming to science, there's this 4 element with science, this is the science of your first impression. Your clothing, your grooming, only vocal communication, how to say it, body language, which includes etiquette. These 4 elements, if used judiciously, can make your first impression positive. So I will come to it, how clothing, grooming, body language, and vocal communication can, make your impressions right. But this is the science behind it. Let's say if I tell you wear a blazer for an interview, you would look confident, science. If I say body language, shake hands firmly, science behind it. You go and shake firmly. Third, how to say it, say in a polite manner, good afternoon, ma'am, or good evening, ma'am. Change it, science behind it. So all these things I have given to you. But if I tell, let's say Sharda University, you're hearing me today and you go for interview and I say, okay, I've given you in one of the class all these elements, you all doing the same thing, you all put in the science of first impression, then isn't it what you call the war of clones? Everybody's behaving same, firm, shakes, pumping it up, saying good evening, wearing nice jackets, grooming, all that. So once I've given you the science behind it, it's up to you, how do you make it an art? Yeah, art क्या होता है? Art का मतलब होता है, dictionary में if you open, it's a skill that can be acquired. Art is that. So when I give you all these learnings today, all these points today, and you go home or write down right now or imbibe, think who you authentically are. You can't just be wearing a blazer because I told you. You can't be shaking hands because when you're not comfortable with touching somebody. So art in first impression is that how do you apply it with all these things? When you apply all these skills, you have to create a thumb impression, not a clone. Thumb impression kya hota hai? Thumb impression is different. For everybody, it's different. So you have to create this, not a clone for yourself. Yeah. So this is the science. Okay. I spoke about art, that when you know your inner self, your body image, your who you are, which family do you come from, what is your culture. When you combine all this, then only you will be able to produce an art, aesthetics. When I say wear a blazer, you can wear, a pearl necklace like this and become a creative person. You can become even creative than me. You can add a nice scarf to it and, become creative. When I say shake hands, you can, reserve from that, say namaste and show gesticulation. Gesticulation is gestures. अपने हाथों से gestures दिखाने को बोलते हैं, या फिर किसी body part से gestures दिखाने को बोलते हैं gesticulation. So if you gesticulate by saying namaste, even then you are a creative person, because I just told you about shaking hands. So bring art, bring your own form to it. You are, I think today, some 75 people watching me. So there is 75 different kind of art that can be produced with the science, with the elements of first impression. So now coming to the most important part of this presentation is how. बहुत बातें हो गई about first impression, बता दिया. So now let's look at how to create. Now your inner image, your body image, this is very, very, very simple thing to do. You first of all will not do exaggeration with yourself. Suppose if you think that, okay, today I'm not looking nice, don't exaggerate. Just nip that thought then and there. You think about something else, because if you have more negative conversation with yourself, you are making your self-esteem more negative. When you're making your self-esteem more negative, you are getting a negative confidence. When you have a negative confidence, you are exhibiting that. आप वो ये दिखा रहे हो world. So ये exaggeration अपने साथ मत कीजिए. Don't do. Second, very important for inner image and body image is give yourself positive affirmation. Affirmation क्या होता है? जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना, ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्. What is this? This is a chanting. आप सब अपने अपने रिलीजन में अलग अलग तरीके की chanting करते होंगे. इससे आप क्या करते हैं? अपनी वाइब्रेशंस बढ़ाते हैं. जब अपनी वाइब्रेशंस बढ़ाते हैं, आप अपने ऑरा को पॉजिटिव बनाते हैं, आप पॉजिटिव फील करते हैं. सो लाइक दैट, to give yourself a positive image, a positive body image, tell yourself that you're confident. 100 times a day. It's not happening in one day. Write down that today I am healthy, I am prosperous, I am joyous. So आपकी presence, you know, बहुत interesting बात बताती हूँ on your presence. आपकी presence वो नहीं होती कि आप कहीं गए, अच्छे कपड़े पहन के अच्छी बातें की. No. Your presence is that dance between two people. That dance, you know, full energy dance is there. So that means you are, the result is positive and reverential. That respectful dance of energy between two people is your presence. Agar aap wo de rahe hain, that is your positive first impression. So all the parents, all the children, all the people who are listening to me, my seniors, my juniors, and whole Sharda University, everybody, please take the inventory of who you are. Where do you come from? What you are calling yourself till now? Do you tell that my glass is half empty or half full? Give yourself positive affirmations. So do all that. Your body image, your self-esteem, your self-confidence will go more and more and more up, and you will feel that you're able to take on the world with confidence. Rely on clothing as a resource. Now, एक resource क्या करता है? Resource can be used according to your advantage. अगर आपके घर में सूजी है, तो आप उससे हलवा भी बना सकते हैं, आप उससे पानी पूरी भी बना सकते हैं. A resource which can be used according to your advantage. So use clothing like that. Suppose your body image is low. Let's say my body image was low some years back, and I never used to like my body. I used to feel I'm maybe petite, I'm not beautiful. So what did I do? I accentuated my positive into, positive, and took away the negative away from me slowly and steadily. So let's say if you are a bigger frame, what you do is you wear, not loose clothes, but darker color clothes. What will happen? Your body frame will reduce, and when you see yourself, you look much more petite than you actually are. So do that changes in yourself. Suppose, let's say, you feel that you have less hair on your head. Okay. So wear a nice necklace and take the attention there. Okay. Have a nice choker. For guys, when you wear nice tie, what do? You bring attention close to your face. Even if you have a big belly, if you wear a nice tie, or if you wear a nice jacket, a blazer which has a pocket square, which is very interesting, has, let's say some good prints, what you're doing is you are taking the attention somewhere different and towards the positive, because you're going to speak. Once you bring the attention towards your face, that's where when you can make the impact, because that's the place you're now going to speak. So do that. Now, improve body language. Body language is a vast, subject. Here, I will just tell you two things. One, when you stand straight, what happens? You tell others that I deserve this space. I am safe and I deserve to be here. When you tell that to somebody else without even telling, the other person, starts respecting your presence. So do that. When you stand straight, when you don't hunch, first of all, scientifically, what do is you give your lung full capacity to breathe. And when you have so much of oxygen in your body, there's no chance of nervousness. So stand straight, give yourself more oxygen, tell everybody that I'm here to help, I am safe, I deserve to be here. Okay, now coming to body language, in body language, there's two things that I always talk about. One more thing is your hands. Your hands show your intention. जब बच्चे छोटे होते हैं and we think that उन्होंने कुछ mischievous किया है, we don't go कि उन्होंने कहाँ पर क्या किया है. We tell them हाथ दिखाओ. Don't we say them? Because here are your intentions. So when you, as sir told, that when you hide your hands, I don't say that don't sit like this, because it's okay sometimes to be comfortable and sit like this. But when what he meant was when you hide your hands, your intentions may be not correct. When you hide your hands. So with your hands, even the engagement happens. What happened? I'll just show you one. I'll just stand and show you one thing. So what happens in our training, if you are able to see me, our trainer tells us that, okay, today I'm going to tell you that this is what we're going to talk about, and here is the solution. So when the trainer does like this, already, even if you've heard him or not, he's made a very clear categorization of problems idhar hai, solution idhar hai. So we in our mind are very clear. So there's already engagement happening with your hands. So do more gestures with your hands. I understand that there are few people who cannot do it, so go for there's something called dance movement therapy, with which they tell you to do different movement with your hands and you get more confident. It is seen that when you say yay, so what happens is you feel more confident. So, and the sweet spot of that gesticulation is keep your hands below your collarbone. Yeah, because with your hands, with everything that I told you till now, what you're doing is you're creating, you shifting the focus to the face, because from there you have to speak. But if you do something like this, everything will be in your hands and you will not be able to make that impact. So do that, do these two things for today in body language. Rest, body language is it's vast ocean, and we can take it in another session. So do these two things, you will feel more confident, you will be taken as more confident. Now, when we are talking about body language, let me take the last point then also. There's something called Duchenne smile. Now what happens? Everybody is looking for what happens in Tinder. You swipe right to select somebody, right? And you swipe left when you don't want somebody. So what happened? You saw, okay, how beneficial that person looks like. Like, is there warmth in? Is there a confidence in? Is there, so all that is judged by your face. Not that how beautiful you are, but with your face, what is that face reflecting? So do something called Duchenne smile. Now, Duchenne smile is a smile which is genuine. Now, how do you do that? First, let me tell you what is Duchenne smile. Duchenne smile एक मसल होता है जो कि आपके चीक बोन के नीचे होता है, जिसे कहते हैं zygomatic major. ये मसल कनेक्ट करता है आपकी आईज के मसल के पास, जिसे कहते हैं oculi. अगर नहीं है oculi, I am sorry, so don't email me. So what happens? The zygomatic major muscle takes your, is joined here. So when you genuinely smile, you get a crow feet. आप देखते हो यहाँ पर आपको wrinkles मिलते हैं. So that's your genuine, that's your hearty laugh that you say. Yeah. So you have to do that while you're giving your first appearance, first impression, you have to give that. Now, there are a lot of people who are very serious. They usually don't smile, and they say, no, we refrain from smiling so much. I don't smile. But there's nobody in this world, I say, who doesn't have a good smile or doesn't smile at all. So what you do, there's one thing called BBB. Write it down. It'll help you. It's called backward barbecue behavior. What happens? You see yourself. Usually what happens, the people come and see you and see on what occasions do you smile, on what occasions do you laugh. So you see yourself when you're sitting, just relaxing in your homes, in cozy corners, talking to your parents, talking to your, girlfriends or boyfriends or spouses. See when you genuinely laugh. What is that topic which gives you smile and that, brightness in your face and your heart? What is it? When is it? So when you know, okay, this is the topic with which I get really excited. Let's say for all the youngsters, your would-be spouses, your girlfriends, your boyfriend, when you think about that, do you smile? So when you're going for a presentation or when you're going to make a public appearance or for a session or something, think about that. You'll get that inner happiness, and you'll give a Duchenne smile, and the crow feet will come here, and then then everything changes with a smile. So stop. Now this stop is not that stop that, stop and give a smile. It is, let me come to it. It is, see the other person. So STOP, see the other person and give a Duchenne smile. So you can't give a Duchenne smile like hi and passing by. No, you cannot do that. See the other person and give that Duchenne smile. Use your zygomatic major here, crow feet, bring crow feet, and genuinely get involved in it. And the final thing for everybody who who are still students learning, and they want to go out for the jobs. Make your digital space stand out. This is also a major part today when I told you that this is the new normal. Your digital space is the new normal. So whenever people want to see you, they will first type your name in Google, in Facebook, in Instagram, and all the public platforms that we have on internet, and will see, okay, this person looks like this. So first impressions are already formed even when you've not given a public appearance. So your digital space, your DP, make them stand out. And it's okay. I've seen few people saying that DP may they look so good and look them here. It is okay. That DP is serving a different purpose. Your college photograph or your driving license, they're serving different purpose. They're not meant for every situation. So it's okay, get a nice profile pic clicked and get it there. Even if you have to make a little changes, it's okay. But make it a decent space, because you know what, 8 to 7% of Facebook and LinkedIn employees are fired because of their insane digital space that they share. So don't do this, because this is the new normal, and this digital space is the new normal. So don't get confused in that. So do all that. I'm sure your first impressions will get more positive. Your first impressions, your body image will become better. If I've left anything, I'll just check my board if I want to tell you something more. No, that's all that I wanted to tell you. Any questions you have, any more session you require, please contact me. Monica ma'am has my number too. So that's it for today. Thank you. Stay safe. Have fun. Take everything seriously, but please don't bully yourself. Yeah. Thank you.
So, thank you, Priyanka ma'am. That's a wonderful presentation. Can you stop sharing your screen so that we'll get you on board, Umar sir and you, and we can take some questions from audience.
All new to me too.
Yeah, you can just stop sharing screen. That should be good.
I am not getting. Okay. Stop sharing. I'm not getting it. Where do I get it?
I will stop it.
I'm unable to. See, this is the new normal, I told you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, Umar sir and Priyanka ma'am, we have a couple of questions from audience. Let's take them. So, Dr. Bhavana asks, how do we make faculty, as faculty, the student a good listener? Like, how can we make students very good listeners?
Is this question for me?
Yeah, I think this is question for me also.
You can take.
How do we make, as a faculty, the student as a good listener? See, the thing is, first of all, thank you, Dr. Bhavana, for asking this question. Actually, see, the student, when you, as a faculty member, as I already discussed about the body language and the communication. So other than the verbal communication, for the non-verbal communication is very important. The how you represent, the how you give the lecture to them, so that the student can impress to you to listen. As a good listener, they can listen to you. So the first off, we have to try to figure out what is our weakness. Because of that, the student are not properly listening to us. So we have to find out that. So accordingly, we have to try to improve ourselves. What we can do as per by our appearance, because of our dressing up, because of our manner, because of our attitudes, the way how we talk, how we represent to them. So it is very important. We have to know about first ourselves, because why they are not interesting to listen us. So it is very important because the personality development is for us, for you, because we are the one who will develop, we are the one who will try to change, we are the one who will to improve from negativity to positivity. So we are the one who will make impress to others, not impress, we are impressing from others from us. We are the one who will make impress to others. So first of all, we have to try to figure out why they are not listening properly, why they are not good listener. So we have to be very uh, in good manner, with good both for the verbal and non-verbal, the way how we talk, we have the tune, what we are using, the way how you explain to them. So it's very important.
Sure. There's a follow-up similar question by Akshit. He says, what should we do if the second person is less patient and not a good listener? And what is the effective way to communicate with them? Someone you're speaking to is not a good listener and is not actually patient.
Yes, yes. What should we do when the second person is less patient and is not a good listener? What is the effective way to communicate with them? See, the first of all is whether the opponent is impatient, less patient or not. But we have to be very patient. We have to be very good manner. We have to be very soft spoken. The first main thing is a soft spoken. So the way how we, the words, what we are using when we are communicating with the others, the soft spoken, what kind of words we are using. So we can, the opposite one is misbehaving, like that, the impatience, the way how they do, we can compare with them. So be soft, be calm, be, you have to be try to convince to him to listen, not you can't force to somebody else to listen whatever we talking to them. So the base we did, you have to be very calm, very soft spoken, the words what you are using to be very nice word, you have to be used so that they will like to listen you.
Sure.
So to add to it, if I may, Umar sir, with your permission, I want to add something to it.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So if the person, so first of all, in what context, what context we are dealing in. So if it's a school, college, or the other person is his spouse, so you need to behave differently. One rule which we apply to everybody is when somebody is impatient, like I do, especially with my child, is I take his name. So when I say Arsh, so every time one important that when you feel important, that part of the brain is highlighted. So when you say, so his name is Arsh, so when I say Arsh, or if your partner is say, let's say Omar, so when you say Omar, so what happens, that split second you focus your attention to the one who's speaking to us. So take names, very important in a conversation. When you take name of the person, it gives that instant attention of the person, even if he's lazy or angry or happy or whoever. So calls for engagement.
So there's a question by Dr. Bhavana again. So we spoke about first impressions, but she was asking that if the first impression is bad, and how do you convert the negative impressions to a positive one? Probably Priyanka, for you.
Yeah. So thank you for the question, Bhavna. Appreciate it. So what happens? Usually, the first impressions are quite sticky. They stick around, and I have personally dealt with it. That I have made a bad impression when I did not know what first impression is, and it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. Like personality, it comes out. So it takes another chance. So when you're asking for that another chance, Bhavna, gets very difficult, very, very difficult. And that is why I say that first impression as a person, don't just make, it's not that, the first impression is not something, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds over and we've made the first impression. A lot goes into it. So when people understand this, they will not make a negative impression of somebody. First of all, so Bhavna, you also do this, educate other people to make first impressions, take a little more time on first impression, but still, if you've done that, how to correct it is, I'll not say that you'll be able to correct it or not, but get more platforms to speak, do more, do more free work that I keep doing, keep going to, even if I do one, like the first webinar I did was just bad. So I keep coming to different webinars, I keep putting my posters, so that now when I've made the first bad impression, can I correct it? So will that person who's already judged me now, will things change? So do a lot of experimentation with yourself once you've made a bad impression. In relationship, it goes, it takes a lot of time, like trust. It takes time, so it will take time. Get patient with it. But do experiment, come more to to that platform where you broke your image, come more to that platform and prove yourself.
Sure. There's a question for you, Mr. Umar. Is personality important in gaining work?
Yes, the personality is very important in gaining work. As for the first, you have when you're giving for the interview, the first part of the interview mostly it's for the communication skills. Communication skills is very important. As in communication skills, just include for the verbal and non-verbal. So while you are giving the interview, your confidence level, your communication skills is very important. Other than your education background, your whatever your experience have. So first, it will be discussed later. The first thing is that when you interacted with the interviewers, the first is your personality, the way how you dress up, the how you communicate with them, the how you represent yourself. It is a very important part of getting the fast in interview. So it's very important.
Sure. There's a question by Professor Hari Shankar Shyam. Priyanka, excellent presentation. I enjoyed the smile part a lot. Do you suggest any video for the same?
Pardon me?
Do you suggest any video regarding the smile part of the presentation? Is this video?
I have not seen many because I keep listening to a lot of podcasts. So in one of the podcasts I heard about this and I really got intrigued by the concept and I loved it. That is why I shared with all my listeners. I don't have it, but if I send, if I have, I would surely like to share it with you. Let me do some homework and I'll get back.
Sure, that's good. So there's a question by Shamsul Arif asking, can you tell me something about how to understand the mindset of other person? Is there some way to understand the mindset of other person? It's an open question. Anyone of you?
First, I think Priyanka will also get, I will do first. Actually, for the way, there is a problem that face is the index of mind. So the way how you thinking, your attitudes, your manners, it's also sometimes because of your appearance, it's we can judge by that is the personality. Because when we can judge by the personality in outer looks, outer appearance also, sometimes we can see on the face of the person that what kind of person are they, what he is thinking. So in short way, is the face is the index of mind.
Sure, thanks. So there's a question also asking, how should we be more confident or improve our confidence? What is the magic? Is there some magic formula for that? You touched upon a bit in the discussion.
Are you taking it, sir?
You can, no problem.
So building confidence, there's the best thing about confidence, it can be built. It can be built. I told you, your confidence, there is this ladder, to reach that, confidence is inner image. Taking that inventory, as I told you, that, ask yourself, who are you? Would you like yourself if you met yourself? Ask this question to yourself. What would you not like about yourself? What would you like about yourself? What would you like to change about yourself immediately? And what would you give another 5 years and change about yourself? So asking these questions, you will yourself, feel that, how to be more confident, because it's only and only in your self-esteem that your confidence factor lies. And as I told you, that stand straight, have good posture, make eye contact. Many people are afraid of eye contacts. Don't think about that. You just look at this area of the people. The area between the eyebrow, you just look towards that person and it is taken as meaningful eye contact, which will do your work. Other things, like everybody keeps telling that, okay, start good conversation, find the commonality. What would you like to speak? Know more about, like, let's say, what is happening to the world? Know more about it. And if you know more positive about than more negative, then you are the person. Then you are the confident one. So do that. I think, it all lies in your self-esteem. It all lies what you have, and don't condition yourself. Tell yourself, give yourself positive affirmation that I told you that I'm confident, I can do this, I will do this, I have done this earlier, and there's nobody like me. I am, limited edition, or whatever people keep telling themselves, and I appreciate those things. Create an aura for you. Smile a lot. When you don't smile, you get into that, area of negativity. So smile. Do that. Just remember these 3 words that I tell, that, joy, engagement, and smiling. The joy that comes within you is your confidence. You need not talk, to, handshake or hug or, make some gesture to be confident. The joy within yourself is your confidence.
Yes, I would like to add something, because I already discussed about in my presentation for the confident. First part is this for confident. So confident, actually it's you, it's me. First, we have to accept who we are. Sometimes we feel low confidence because of the, our status, because of our condition. So we feel low confidence. So first of all is we, me, and you. Just start from the you, because first we have to accept what we are today, what we are staying today. So don't lose hope. So be confident. You can do this. I can do. Yes, I can do. I can make it. So that is more important.
Sure. Thank you very much, sir. We have come to the closure of the session. I would like to welcome Monica ma'am to give the vote of thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Umar and Priyanka, and for the lovely question. Hearing your students, I was, in fact, when you were speaking, I was chatting with my colleagues, Dr. Hari and others, and it was like, I've been insisting all my students to give presentations, and maybe that time you would have given or not, I do not remember, but now speaking, you people so well, it's like, it's very heartwarming, and seeing our students doing so well. We were just chatting, and we are so proud of both of you. You've done really well. And our teachers, as teachers, we really feel proud seeing our students rising so high. This is the greatest, what you say, Guru Dakshina that we get, seeing our students rising so high. Thanks, both of you. Thanks all the participants, and Babtain, we have done really well. And any faculty members who are here, if they like to say anything, 1 minute.
You can
Dr. Hari, Mridul, if you want to say anything to the alumni.
You can
raise your hand.
Bring you on screen.
If anyone wants to say anything to the alumni.
Yeah, Hari sir is on screen.
Yeah.
So you can start video.
Okay. I really congratulate both of you. It was an excellent presentation.
Thank you.
That Umar, very nice. I am very happy the way you have given the presentation.
Thank you.
And sorry, I was not your teacher. I hope Monica ma'am only enjoys the liberty of having the mega teacher of all in the School of Business Studies. Because since she is teaching over here from last 200 years, and we have joined little late.
But the thing is that she still looks the same as she was in 2007 and now.
And I'm telling you, she is still the same terrific. The way she is creating pressure on the students, she is still the same fire she is having. And Priyanka, very nice presentation. I really like this smile part a lot. That was a new addition you have given to me. So I thank both of you. My best wishes. That is the excel well. And thank you, Monica ma'am, for organizing such a wonderful session. It was really, I enjoyed thoroughly the entire session. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
everyone,
you.
and thanks the BAF team. Thanks Paresh
Thank you,
for organizing everything so well.
thank you, ma'am.
And please, all others, the team and the participants, please tune up next. We'll probably be having it on Sunday. We have Neeraj Kushwaha. He's working in Facebook. So please keep on tuning us again. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma'am.